in the room. At least the animals know they're performing. You know, why are there so many animals here? Is it because the clowns cost extra? Which is strange, considering the entire LFF is clowns. Well, I hope those clowns know to stay away from one Clussy-loving Ricky Riot. It's this guy, look. He's gonna do it, I just know he's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! Here it goes. Hi, I'm Johnny Correa and welcome to Jackass, where we draw 2 cards every time. Good move! Shut up, you dumb union bastard! Don't encourage him! This circus has gotten too wild. We need to start stacked cards. We gotta save him! The Lord's work is never done! It's stacked card night! Stacked card night! You can actually hear the standard leaving the room. At least the animals know they're performing. You know, why are there so many animals here? Is it because the clowns cost extra? Which is strange, considering the entire LFF is clowns. Well, I hope those clowns know to stay away from one Clussy-loving Ricky Riot. It's this guy, look. He's gonna do it, I just know he's gonna do it! He's gonna do it! Here it goes. Hi, I'm Johnny Correa and welcome to Jackass, where we draw 2 cards every time. Good move! Shut up, you dumb union bastard! Don't encourage him! This circus has gotten too wild. We need to start stacked cards. We gotta save him! The Lord's work is never done! It's stacked card night! Stacked card night!
The recognized symbol of excellence in Super Show Deck Tech.
Welcome to the show, it's time for stack cards. On a tray in the ring to make the game no hard. We teach you how to win, avoid the common mistakes. Don't always play champion. We shuffle like that, with dice and raised in the stakes. We got deck, our strategy's the king. Don't fucking help me report if I'm playing cards to carry a finish. We could just pass it back for you idiot. Dirty execute to help we dominate the ring. Allies in the move, so you hear the bell go ding. Here on the show, we got the pro tips. Play around your protect the cards to no lose to still. When trade will sharpen your mind. To get ready for the show, it's stack card time.
The last time we will see that intro, Dave has apparently been hard at work on a new intro, and he's got a little bit of work to do. He's a perfectionist and wants it perfect. I can respect the hell out of that. The fucking Greatest Showman intro, like just gets me every time. They can't see it, but I think you guys can. But whenever it does the big musical number at the end, I'm like, I do the big energy hands. Just, I love it. Oh my god! All right, so we are heavy on the deck tech this week, because obviously with Faction Wars starting, there was I was just in a title match. Trey won an event. Trey got entered into an event. Oh yeah, that's probably. Yeah, Dave. Dave should have been up that late taking everyone's money. Funny as hell that the two Eastern Time Zone guys were the ones that were actually made money. Now that I think about it, it's just like I was just exhausted just from the fact that I was playing fucking Real Beater and I just could not roll for shit, especially on finishes. It was killing me. Just people's health on the line. No biggie. No biggie. All right. So I guess if we want to start, we can do my Real Beater Deep South deck list, which so the champion was Jeff McPeak is generally Wong. Since I've known him, when Jeff is a defending champion, this guy runs chair shot or like other DQ stuff. So
I've never seen one of his decks not have a DQ card when he's the champion.
Until that night. And lo and behold, me just went fucking all in on if like blank text and didn't do shit. Was very funny, but I'd rather be prepared.
Yep.
But other than that, like pre-show when they were like all in on me, and I was like, y'all are doing a massive disservice to fucking this.
It's a great gimmick. The Deep South belt is very strong,
and it's got
like the finish strike is one of the best finishes in the game.
Yeah, one of the most fucked up finishes in the game that will quite literally never be made again.
Yep.
It is crazy.
Give me a second. I'll get a better video of this that isn't as effed up.
No, you're good. Yeah. But I mean, I went generally with Real Beater, as was the case and is the case with Donation. You try and hit them with your most protected early, and then later in the match, if you can, you just do your follow-up finish. Just hammer them with that because you just go over and over and over again. I managed to kick out of a crowd meter 0-9, kick out of a crowd meter 1-10, and then ended up winning on a crowd meter 2 8 to a 10. And as you would think with Grand Pack generally Wong, he was decked out so fast. Just because anytime they give you only got to roll 3 stats and you draw 3 cards. It is crazy.
So then get a +2 to your next turn roll. So
and +2, yeah. So, American Double Punch, just in case I need to draw a thing. He was never throwing grapples into me. He was probably... I don't run Alien because I run a different other skill card, but I could see why he wasn't throwing grapples. American Double Punch, Arm Collar Tie-Up. I did no more Tough Talk in case he ran Chair Shot. Because I don't have a 6, obviously. Snap Kick, Super Hip Toss, just draw. The skill Armbar, as is the case with Real Beater, because you get to put it into play and get 2 10s. Elbow Shot, just some shuffle in. Flip the Bird, more if stop protection. And Flip the Bird in Real Beater is actually kind of sick because it's +3 to his bottom 3. And Chugga Chugga is always good on this type of character because you have 2 10s, 2 chances to get 11s. Fire Up and Scratching and Clawing are both of the +1 for each other type you have in play. So strike or submission. And the next time your opponent's gimmick would let them draw cards, you draw 2 instead. So it's one of those that it's like, shit, he might draw 3 cards. I'm going to try and draw 2 myself. And Fire Up did draw out a 15. So that was what ended up leading to my victory. Backflip out of the corner is just killer in this type because you get your protected finish back and you always have a lead in play with Armbar. Lucha mode, in case I needed to bury a finish or anything. Sheep kneel before my big American sledgehammer and end is near as just if stop protection again. I was kind of worried. Mounted turnbuckle punches to get back a finish. American dragon drop because hell yeah. I did the turn the tension into power and reverse the pressure combo to try and get plus to finish roll because it just works real well with Real Beater because you have a sub already in play. Dragon Gate Crash sealed away, and then the reverse the pressure combo there. Standing Moonsault. I ran my classic 22 23 in Real Beater. Standing Moonsault. You go get your finish. Hope to win in 2 turns, or back from the brink. Go and get your least protected stops and your most protected finish. Bulldog Choke. I like this more in Real Beater because then they have to stop it with a 5 or a 26, because can't stop it with a 14, can't stop it with a 20. And it's just, cool, draw a card.
Yep.
Boss beats and freeze don't move. I didn't think he would run FTL, so that's I was like, Vile Driver, the new Misos 23, I'd be like, that's why I wanted a boss beats there. Freeze don't move, obviously, in case of chair shot and size of the dog of the fight. So I could bury a card, and then I just ran the stock finishes. The sub's a lot better now, honestly, with the Deep South belt, because it's just 5 to a 10. And then needed to do something to try and keep up with his draw, so one of the 2 cards from Pretty Paul says Let It Rip, and Real Beater as the donation style, search your deck and put the armbar into play. So not really a reason to gimmick blank him. That's the fun part of playing that style, because it's like worst case scenario, you turn off a free shuffle, which okay. then you just play straight recursion. But yeah, I'm the new Deep South singles champion. I straight up don't know when I'm getting the belt. He's mentioned Alundra Blaze before, so he may just live stream him throwing it into the garbage, which is his right. McPeak actually requested to defend the belt against whoever in October, and the leadership at the time just like straight up didn't fucking answer him, and just ignored him until Todd Brooks and I were like, we got to get this shit going. And then Todd was like, well, you got second. You were the highest Deep South at Misos at that CAC. I was like, sure, whatever. And so that's why I was there with the Real Beater. Just another reminder that I lost that CAC. But yeah, it was a fun match.
That CAC.
Do what now? Sorry.
I said Names Dealer was a little bit rough for me at that CAC as well.
It was rough for both of us. It's like, anytime I search my deck for armbar, he's gonna draw 2 cards. We're fucked. You were playing Postal Nation. You were even worse. There were a bunch of terrible, there were a bunch of horrific matchups in the top cut of that. We had Back Hurtin' into Fey Dragon, which still one of the funniest things. But then Back Hurtin' into me, which I ran backflip out of the corner and back from the brink. And so, end of the game, me with agility 10 against agility 9, back hurting. I'm like, all right, so I'm going to play this back card. And he's like, no, just -2 to his turn, or -2 his turn roll. Just, Paul's just like, stop, please. He couldn't avoid it. Oh my God. But yeah. That's fun. And Ron with the boohoo. Listen, man, Chuck and I have gotten second at so many CACs now. We really like to just win one of those, but also yes, we got there, right? So that's the boohoo. Like, shut up, you got second at CAC. You know what I got second? I got a mystery pack with not shit in it. That was my prize. Not like these nonsense Atlanta boxes with altarts and shit in it.
I got second in a CAC and I got a competitor 3 months later.
Well, getting second to Bob Dunn is different.
Getting second to Bob Dunn seems to be the way to go.
It's straight up. Or Boss, I guess. Yeah, those are the 2 that you want to get second to. All right. That's enough of the Real Beater. He's served me well. Let's see. Trey, you just won an event. It was an open event, and you brought out the goddamned nuke.
I mean, it's the Worlds event. There's a lot of nukes in the Worlds competitors.
It should be, yeah. Yeah, so pull up there. Trey won with Deathmatch King Cardona.
It turns out having a lot of cards that say draw 2 does good.
No kidding.
You know.
Not enough of them are ran. Oh my God.
You know, I was doing my best to make Johnny Korea and Piglet proud, running all these cards that say draw 2.
Kind of helps when that's your gimmick. He's pulling up the Get Diced list. All right, go through the deck, Trey.
So, yeah, the Pretty Paul's just kind of the standard. I think that most of us run now, if we're not specifically teching to have, needing to run Impact or Crime Doesn't Pay.
2 cards are good. Shocker. Listen, you're playing 2 on a draw 2 competitor.
Yep. So, just draw stops across the top. I'm not really worried about drawing off the bottom if they flip something because I'm going to go fast enough that I'm going to deck out anyway.
Yep.
4 and 6, these cards also say draw 2. So, making the match no DQ. And if you scroll down a little bit, I ran the 19 through 21 to increase the crowd meter for stop text.
Smart.
1, it turns on the 4 and 6 for me. 2, these people like running these kendo sticks on 4 now, and I get to turn those off. So, when they don't want to run their APOC and they're trying to get cute with the kendo stick, you can cut it off for them. I run Rejected to make sure, I get to keep my gimmick.
Fair. Keep drawing.
7 through 9, Extremely Broken in Cardona.
Draw 3 or pick up 2 cards and draw 2.
And draw 2, yeah. You get to pick up 2 cards with disqualification in the text. Or shuffle your deck, draw 1, and then draw 2 more.
Jason, this is the deck that Trey just won what was it, Monday? Or last Monday or something, like Thursday. I don't know.
Last Monday, yeah.
Last Monday, an open event,
yeah.
Where Trey brought out the shotgun.
10 through 12, they all say draw 2.
Worst case scenario, it is draw 2. Maybe get a +2 as well. Maybe get a +3.
Maybe get a +3. You've got the 4 and the 6 to make it no DQ. You've got your 25 through 27 to make it no DQ, and you've also got your finished grapple to make it no DQ.
Yeah.
And Top Cut was also New York rules matches. So,
oh God, horrifying.
Flip stop on 13 if it's dead. 8 equals on 14, and Beg for Mercy on your 7. So if it's dead, you're running a recursion piece there. More draw 2 on 16 and 18 that may give you plus to your turn rolls as well.
That's crazy. And then American Dragon Drop just for kicks.
One little recursion piece is nice there.
Yeah.
Talking about chair shots.
See, there you go.
Look at their hand, make them discard a card. It's really fun to pitch a finish that you can't stop, or get rid of a stop so you can open up your finish, and then you get to draw 2 cards on top of it as well. 23. This new wonderful
same exact thing.
Piece. Well, no, this lets you pick.
This is missed in the face. That's right.
This is missed in the face. Yes.
Yeah.
Now you have a draw 1, pick up 1, +1, draw 2.
Yep.
Drawing cards is good. Neck Vice, I did put a piece of removal in there just in case someone was gimmick blanking me, so I don't kill myself with a chair shot of the wonderful dragon mugging.
Fair.
I think I've seen other people wanting to run like dick dogs on him. I feel like having your 7 through 9 letting you pick up your 25 through 27 is very strong.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. I mean, at that point, it's essentially an elbow shot.
Yeah. I know some people don't like the reboot on him. They want to go for the overkill lead finish. I feel like if I'm throwing the strike, it's normally early game. So I've probably got some type of follow-up that I want to shuffle back into my deck.
Yeah.
And I think I killed just about everybody with the finish grapple. But, usually you're trying to hit the finish grapple to make the match no DQ, and then to hit the finish sub, because the finish sub is just +1 across, +4 to the sub.
Yeah,
crazy.
+4 to the 5, and then +1 overall on top of whatever the hell.
Yeah. But yeah, running 17 cards that say draw 2 makes the deck go really fast.
Man, I suppose you got me. It's pretty good. The
Definitely not a world's level competitor, though. You know.
no, heavens no, a former underworld champion
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah. Definitely underworld level.
Underworld level. Well, that was one event won by a member of the Stat Card Gang. There was another event won last night by a member of the Stat Card Gang. We had a bum night fights last night after Beatdown. Started way too fucking late because Jason Falsone wanted to be a little tricksy vixen and run fucking giant mode, and me being like, yeah, I'll just run Phaedas on your side. I'll fucking and lo and behold, I copied giant mode while already playing a discard competitor. I talked so much about how much I hate giant mode, bro. Yeah, it's a little tee. Yeah. It's still a fun match, Jason, but still, like, especially when we knew that we were waiting, and then we had to wait on Simple Chuck just fucking luck sacking Simon Davner as I watched him lose with me. You want to talk about getting second in CACs? There you go, Simon. Fuck, we're right there with you, buddy. But Ref Dave won last night. He did it. The stayed up way too late. We were all delirious. The two finalists. I got third, I guess, and then the finalists were Mr. Pollywood and Ref Dave. And Ref Dave, crowd meter won.
It was not the most optimal Super Show at past 1 a.m. So, but we got it done. So. But
I was very appreciative of y'all staying up late enough for me to watch Super Show when I got off work.
I did want to talk about the deck, though, and not so much even about the specific tech, but for newer players to just kind of talk about how I got to where I did with it. I think it helps to hear somebody's deck build process. So I'll bring up the deck. There it is. This is what won last night. We'll talk about it in a minute, but when I got to build this comp, what I really want to talk about is the comp. I didn't really know how to play Super Show. I had won this pretty early. I think it was even maybe right before Stat Card started, but it was very, very, very early and on. So I didn't know, do I like discard? Do I like recursion? I really had no idea. So I just leaned super into a heavy theme. Hey, take out a disqualification card. I'm a referee in real life. That seems to make sense. I trusted some people around me to give me some stat lines idea, which I love the stat line. But without knowing, and maybe I'm just a huge self-mark, but I love this comp now. And it makes me think, out of the 1,000 Super Show competitors that are out there, if you start just playing with someone, you find tricks and things you very, very much like. So it doesn't have to be the strongest comp to be something that you can be very successful with it, because in the end, it's still a dice game, right? So don't worry that you're playing Cardona, the underworld level, title champion. You can still have a lot of fun and beat good players playing good decks with things that aren't necessarily S tier. And because I didn't know how to play, we started out with Barry stops with this, and I just played a lot. And I was like, I started out with the DQ Madness card on the grapple because that was, I thought, the most protected. It made sense. But then once I started playing, my weakest finish is on the sub. And we'll talk about that finish sub in a minute.
Boy, will we.
Talking about the
definitely not a weak finish now.
Talking about, it's going to be in the grand pack as the basic sub. Anyway, talking about the DQ card made me not be able to play. If I played it on the blue, I couldn't then play my strikes, which takes away my strong early game strike. So it made no sense. It didn't matter where it was protected. I had to shift the Madness card to the strike line, and then everything kind of fell in place. Then we weren't doing Barry stops. I tried double draw, but since there's no real gimmick, which I also want to briefly talk about for a minute, if you don't have a strong gimmick, you really learn how to play Super Show, because you're not relying on a draw 2 to bury you out. You're learning all these other things. So that's another reason why you don't need just a gimmick to win you matches. You learn about a lot more what to play, I think, if you play with something that you have to kind of think and play regular cards. Play gimmick blank for a few times, see how your deck does, and then how can your gimmick help, take it to the next level rather than just build to the gimmick. That's what I found most success with. Anyway,
your gimmicks in the discard pile.
Say what?
I said your gimmicks in the discard pile is what it is.
Well, correct. That's true. But we had to buy that after. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I love this comp. And I was like, yeah, after that sub, I bet you do. And these gigantic ass finishes. Yeah, dog, I like it too.
And that's the other fun thing about Super Street. You just buy new cards. But anyway.
The Bob Dunn method. You're a thong tonker to heart.
Yeah. Instead of the double draw, what really made it, I think, successful is switching to the player that draws less. Because guess what? We don't have a gimmick. Yeah. We're winning turn rolls with the sub. But before we even had that sub, the player, you almost always have less cards. Almost always. There are very few times.
I think just generally, if you don't have a draw gimmick or a turn roll gimmick, running the fewer than hand stops will work out.
So if you are a player that likes the both draw, give it a shot with your deck with the player with fewer draws, unless, like you said, your gimmick is already pulling your cards. Because, and I would also say maybe don't run rejected unless you're already pulling cards from your gimmick, but unless you're stip protection. But like I said, switching it to the less play, try it if you have a both player draw deck. Because when I came into the game, everybody talked about steel cage stops. They're the best ones. They give you hand knowledge. They do all this. I have found way more success with fewer cards in hand draws one.
I was going to say, yes, they're good for experienced players. If you're a new player running the steel cage stops, you're just giving your opponent knowledge.
Information. Right. Okay. So let's talk about it. The comp, like I said, I love the stat line. Tech 10, equal 8, 9 strike, 8 agility, 7 power, 6 sub, 5 grapple. Very fun stat line. It has a couple surprises. You can run a few different skill things. The entrance is the one that lets you pull a DQ to the top of deck. You'll find in this deck, if you run it like this, you're going to almost always get Madness card as early as you can, hopefully before they have a stop. And then you're playing Super Show on yellow and blue, and they're playing on yellow and purple. And a lot of people don't plan for that. And guess what? You have planned for it. So there's your advantage right there. And then, all right, so going through one volley of strikes. Again, you don't have a lot of ways to card draw. So I like 1 through 3. I end up usually doing something fun and not just running all stops on all my decks. And then you have the less than draws. Packs a punch, because I hate Apocalypse usually, unless my gimmick is recursion. I think Packs a Punch is super underrated. And what's strong about this deck? The strong finishes. Get them as fast as you can.
I was going to say, I can't think of the card name right now, but I'll give you another one to try them for.
Okay. I'm going to need them because now people.
Go get the skill card.
Yeah, whatever the go get the skill card.
Which one?
The go get a skill card.
Yeah. Yes. And that
have you tried that?
That is fun, especially if you're running a skill finish. But yes, that is fun as well.
Let you get the madness from your deck or from your discard pile. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, pretty good. Pretty damn good. So Barricade Buster, again, just less than Embrace. We talked about it in Deathmatch Cardona. They're just as good in Ref Dave because disqualification's in your finish. You got Exposed Turnbuckle and Check Under the Ring. It used to run one on the 9 as well, but then when the new sub finish came out, that's more important. So Submerge got subbed in. Thunderous Punch, that's the one card that. So the real key when I play this is you try to hit strikes at crowd meter 0 and 1, and then you swap to grapples after that, because that grapple finish is almost always a KO. I think there's a single 10 and everything else is kill shots at crowd meter 2. So unless there's a reason to stop pushing strikes, which if you're in that end game, if you can switch to grapple, that's when you do it. So it helps early on. 10 is the one card I think you can swap to whatever. I still really like the old gimmick blanking line. I know a lot of people, if you can run the equal 2s, have changed to the anointed line. But in this case, I still like that, and there's really fun art.
I was gonna say, I mean, you've got to run that 17. So,
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
there's
crowd
there's-
pleaser.
Listen,
make
you
sure-
moved this fucking deck list around just so you could show that art.
Yeah, you gotta have crowd pleaser on there.
You gotta show the whole art, buddy.
Once in a while, if Madness is on, you can kind of play hold it right there. You usually won't, but if you have been paying attention and it's not 2 a.m, you know what cards have been played. Sometimes that's safe, so that's a good lead. Cannon kick, just whatever 13 you want. I really like running 7 seals instead of the equal 8 because usually my 9 is on anyway, and 7 seals gives you that recursion. And remember, you're usually playing yellow and blue, so a lot of times you can't play purple, so that extra recursion on that dead finish could be a very big deal. So I have had more success with that than the equal 8.
We live in a different world than we did several years ago, where strike 9 is almost always on. Strike 9 used to be fucking dead all the time.
So, and again, the equal 8 is the other option, right? Like, and that's what I like about this stat line is you do have a lot of options. I always try to have one stop a unstoppable strike till the meta changes. So here on Tech 10, it makes sense.
Got one on Alec V.
Yeah, love me some Throat Goat. That's great throwing card. Again, we hate Apocalypse. Pizza Apocalypse is really good if you're blanking Apocalypse.
Yep.
And then Madness is really the card that makes it all work. If you notice too, it's really important on your 25 to run a stop any then instead of a stop, because once you have the Madness in play, you want to be able to stop it. So if your 13 is off, you need to think about maybe not playing the Madness and going a different route. Just some draw less. Kendo Stick for early game recursion. Jackhammer is my favorite card because if they stop it, a lot of times it's with APOC and it goes away anyway. Thanks for doing that at 12:30, Drew. Destiny's Call is, that's a great card if you still haven't gotten the finished grapple or finished sub we're going to talk about, and it's always good to thin if you don't have a lot of card draw. The rest of it, I think, kind of explains itself. Bladder Stop Any, Breakout because it's your weakest. You don't usually have that Power 7 stop on. And then Dick Dog's always good. 2 bomb finishes at Strike and Grapple. And then
huge. That sub is Gia Plus.
It is Gia Plus. If you can't read it or can't see it, it is the one that's going to be in the new Grand Packs. So if you got an early Ref Dave and need that finish, the new one is going to be the standard. Congratulations, you got a collector's edition because this one's always going to be better and be the one people want. So that other finish you can put on the shelf somewhere and smile at. If you can't read it, it's +3 to your sub, -2 to your strike. When you lose Eternal,
opponent's strike.
Opponent's strike.
Yeah. Sorry, +3 to sub, -2 to your opponent's strike. When you lose a turn roll, your next turn roll is +1. If you've lost 2 turn rolls in a row, your next turn roll is +2.
So sick.
Insanely good.
Is it worded that way? It's not your opponent wins 2, right? It's if you lost 2.
I think it is you lost 2.
I was going to say, that's even
if
better.
Your target,
Also,
if your target won the last 2 turn rolls.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Your turn roll is +2 instead.
Number 1 contender for the intergalactic title, which means Carlos and I just talked about Final Fantasy and WoW for our entire fucking conversation. Is talking about the Throat Goat. That's right, we love the Throat Goat on 16.
We love Legendary Throat Goat.
We love the legendary Throat Goat. Nancy Reagan, rest in peace.
I mean, and Trey said it. Here's your gimmick, because now you have a gimmick that works once, twice, maybe if you're lucky against certain comps. But now you have a gimmick, and the key really is to build to keep it in play. El Diablo would work. There's other ways to go. The only thing you're going to run into is in a booked match, you're probably screwed because they're going to stack it on you and make sure you're not getting that. And then you're going to have to play and then try to use that to your advantage. But in an open match, you have a very strong competitor.
Listen, it's my real beater. I keep that motherfucking thing on me.
So, Brock Smith hates this deck because when this comp came out, he talked to me for hours about how garbage it was and whatnot, and I don't think he's beat it since that new sub came out.
No.
So at BCW,
that's the thing. When it came out, I was like, man, this strike and grapple are like cracked. Like this, like even without a gimmick, like this comp is playable. Well,
yeah.
Now it's got a gimmick.
Yeah.
Oh, crazy good. Yeah.
And and I know Impact His Family is going to be hitting BCW very soon. So just to throw it out there right now, my move is instead of running the 7 Seals on that dead stop, there is sometimes dead stop. I run the one that unblanks your finish. Atomic Drop, I think. So
Good
there you
news
go.
is they're on 22 through 24 now.
You just missed it, Ron, but it gives you turn control. If
Yeah.
you've lost the last turn roll, you get +1. If you've lost the last 2 turn rolls, +2. And where it's very, very, very good. I'm on stream, babe. Hi. Say hi.
No, I'm
No. Okay.
not.
Okay.
Hello.
That's my daughter, Evie. Where it's really, really strong is when you're both decked out. Because once you're both decked out, a lot of those berry options go away. And now when people are, you're thinking, I need to get 1 turn, I need to get 2, you are stealing so many of those turns. It is very hard for people to hit you consecutive times and steal those turns away.
Right.
And that is game changing.
Yeah, man. That playing against it is like fuck last night. It was like I don't think I realized because because it was late. I didn't ask you the full text or anything. I just assumed it was just G. And then when you hit me with like a 10 to a 12, I was like, "Fuck you, just say to me." And,
I was like, what has he got going on here that he's gotten 12? So I was like, what is this?
And he didn't have kendo stick in play. I was like, "Fuck you, just say to me."
It's fun. Give it a try.
Yeah.
Buy that
It's also
new
got
Grandpa.
some very suggestive art, which we're all a fan of.
Yeah, here we can bring that up. We have some other decks to talk about, but thanks for the time. And honestly, new players, find something you like and just play with it a lot. Stuff is going to emerge just from playing a competitor that you didn't think about right away. And don't feel like I need to take the best global competitor and run the global division. Just find something that looks interesting. Play 4 games. You're going to come up with a bunch of ideas. This deck had 4 or 5 iterations. They all worked okay, but eventually found that special sauce. And as always, if you really need it, just buy a new card and then it works.
Grand Pack, Ron.
The next Grand Packs, they're coming out. It is the now standard sub. It will be packed in the Grand Pack 4, I think.
Yeah, Grand Pack 4 upcoming.
It's coming out.
Guy bought the card, so of course he has it. You know the deal, Ron.
It'll be in Grand Packs 4.
Had to get those cheeks out on that sub.
Yeah, here I'll show that. But
we're gonna have to get the
I have
zoom
a couple
in.
decks. I'll throw that up there. So
yeah, it's we were talking about this sub in the chat, and then Dave had just an excellent description of the art, which of course with us not ever seeing the sub, it's Denoya, what the hell were you on is all I gotta say. This fucking guy, man. Just to read the description, I know he's working on pulling it up. It says, the new sub finish looking like I'm pulling away from a fart, getting blasted into my face by Deathmatch King's butt arm. Now let us see this.
I mean, that's the face he's making too. Like, he just got blasted.
the yams. What the fuck? You want to pull up that little clip you made for us, Dave? Yeah, that's Pink Eye. Chuck knows plenty about Pink Eye. Oh my god. Yeah, just the perfect description. Just here we go. Let's pull up the video. Oh, there we go.
Look at this ass, isn't it fat? Look at this ass, isn't it fat?
We're gonna get mileage out of that Bossum song, man. Just incredible. Oh my god! Now that we got our recent tournament successes out of the way, a couple titles, we are up to Faction Wars. We are in action against the crime wave, and not to waste anybody's time, let's get on to it. They know my deck lists. And I'm like, okay, well, Trey was like, you know what? I'm going to try and take a crack at Steve's deck list. So why don't we pull up what Trey thinks King Greatness's deck list is? And I'm also going to show at least my Candice LeRae deck list, because why the fuck not? I got to play Swaggy. Who cares? Let's. He's going to know the tricks anyway. I might as well make sure everybody knows. And people are going to be like, my shit's boring, because it's like they already know the tricks. Who cares? Let's see.
Plus is right.
Yeah, okay, yeah. He's right. All right. We got
All right,
King
so
Greatness.
Boss is going to have to run his champion of Kickstarter. Just have to
He
have that.
typically does.
So, King Greatness, his gimmick is when you both roll the same skill, he gets to pick up a card from his discard pile. Any card. So, 1 through 3 and 5 and 6 is going to be discard the bottoms just to try to get that discard pile filled up as quick as possible so he can use the gimmick to pick up the cards that he wants. Think that he might run a Standing Senton. I've got a 7 Seals on him skill card that I can run. So, Boss, I feel like he likes dropping stops and getting cute. So, I can see a Standing Senton there. He's a Poison Stars competitor as well. So, probably not going to be throwing many grapples into him if I want to keep my gimmick. 7, 8, 9. Scissor Kick to go with this champion of Kickstarter. Throw it unstoppable. Flip 3, shuffle 2 back in. Call to the Crowd Agility skill. If you're pitching all the stuff on the bottom, you're not necessarily always going to get stuff in your discard pile that you want to be sitting in your discard pile. So having the ability to pick up any card there. And then the same thing with the Spitfire Chariot, being able to put 4 cards back on top or to draw a card. You got the combo gimmick blanker on strikes because, same thing with the Poison Stars. If they stop it and you really need to blank the gimmick, then you can throw the Poison Stars offensively.
Yeah.
I imagine he'll be pushing grapple. His grapples are strikes. I think I have all 3 live on him. So I think he'll be pushing the grapple because it's the better finish. So Stalking My Prey, if I got to stop and play, lets him put a grapple back on top. Hold it right there. Can't be stopped by follow-up. So if he wants to throw us, needs to get a sub out there, afraid of 7 Seals, gives him an out there. Draw stop on 13. 14, it's a new card. I don't know if he'll be running it, but I did tell him I didn't think it was a very good card, so I could very well see him running it into me because I saw it was a good card.
Yeah, he'll be a cheeky fucker and run it, I think.
So I feel like some type of recursion is going to be there, but it's probably the one that I said is not very good. 15, bend around the ring post to be able to look at my hand because his technique is at least 3 higher than me. Stop any strike. 17 recursion for any card. 18 probably shouldn't really be throwing it, but to be able to recur any finish. Like we're talking about Poison Stars, gimmick blank. 20, 21, pitch the bottom. Also loves his moonsaults, so 22 and 23 both do it.
Yeah, Butterfly and Brainbuster to give him a boost to his 6, I guess.
Yeah. Bulldog Choke can't be stopped by follow-ups. Lets him draw a card. 25 through 27, pitch the bottom, and then stock finishes.
Yep. It seems very boss-like. It's like, and I think I played against it in the tournament when I played Big Guy, and this is very close to what he had. I can't remember whether he ran Apocalypse or not. He may have, because he could pick up cards.
No rejected protection? There's so many cards that protect now, you don't think?
Would Boss run the rejected protection?
Yeah. No.
The 25 to 27
any recursion deck,
picked
there's
up.
so many lines and spots that you can protect yourself from rejected, but that would be my 2 cents.
It would have to be $1 American, right? Because I don't think he can run the other ones.
Yeah, it would have to be $1 American, and that's if you're running it this much pitch the bottom, and you're not throwing your 18 and you're not throwing your 24,
Yeah, you're not
and
throwing.
they're not
subs.
throwing grapples into you, that's kind of your protection against rejected, that they'd have to offensively throw it and potentially get poison starched.
Right. Yeah, that's what we think Boss is going to be running. Could be the 16, I guess, but I can see him just running like a recursion on that. What is the what is that, the removal one? That's like Cosmic Pizza.
Yeah, that's what it would be.
I mean, yeah. Then I think if he
next
does that,
level
he would...
uppercut at 16.
Yes, level for the yeah.
Next level uppercut, but
Boss is definitely a fan of leveling up, so he should definitely run that.
Then he has
Is
to
he
run
on
a
a table
gimmick like
portal
your
17
combo
to go with
somewhere
it?
else, which he may not want to do.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's gonna be fun. Let's see. I have my Candice LeRae deck list, which is just bare bones as can be.
So you got Brock's deck list?
Dave has, but that's up to him to share.
No, I was just wondering if this was Brock's Candice list.
Oh no, Brock and I didn't talk about that. So I am playing Managed by Super Genie, the classic Candice LeRae. We got a American Double Punch, Pineapple for Sheep, Friends and Rival, Cosmic Collection, Catch Chicken Wing. Because I figure he already knows my deck list. I might as well get to see what the fuck he's running, right? Like, it's only fair. We got Elbow Shot, we got Call of the Crowd, we got Cosmic Clutch. If he wants to stop it, I'm going to draw 2 cards. Sounds like fun. Can you afford this? Because, get it. Double Throw.
He's playing into King Cage, if people are wondering.
Yeah, I'm playing into
subs.
King Cage. Yeah, I'm not throwing subs. Can you afford this to get back? And my strikes and grapples are protected. And I'm dead on subs. So it's a pretty decent matchup. Double Throw, search out a sub if I need to, or a sub stop if I need to, or a protected grapple finish seems neat. Hold her right there so I don't get, whacked in the face. I got a Swinging and Dinging live, so I'm going to give that a shot. Alien Boot Drop, because I'm going to, spoilers for the rest of the list, I'm going to try and increase my grapple. We got Alien Boot Drop, because hopefully get my grapple to 10 or his grapple to 8. Wink, wink. Trap in the Corner, because my tech's higher, get a little +1 action. Steel City Showdown, Recursion, Rolling German Suplex, that's the grapple increaser. Mop Twist Clutch, I'm not fucking throwing it normally. I doubt I'll be in a situation where I could throw it unless I'm like mad ahead.
I was going to say, I mean, if you lower his skill, right, that would be the only time if he's, if you cut off his 14.
I doubt, we'll see if he Colossal Smashes. I don't know if he will. He actually he may. Let's see. Got the 3 cage stops, which again I know. It's like, but he already knows my deck list, so I'm going to give it a shot. Right. Set up the kendo stick. It'll give me 2 10s and a 9 with my gimmick, so seems decent. And it goes and gets my protected strike finish. Monkey Flip, protected grapple to try and lower his grapple to give myself a live one. Bulldog Choke, because if he is running Colossal Smash, I'd like to keep my little setup. And then we love dogs and we love dicks. 25 through 27. Fuck it. Don't care. King Cage ain't got nothing fancy other than the needs to be stopped by 2 things. And then stock finishes, we got the Dive. That's why we're managing by Super Genie. We got the LeRae Plex, which honestly, not terrible into him because he gets to lower his 10 to an 8. And then the Octopus Hold, which if I win by an Octopus Hold, something has gone terribly wrong. Because it is not a good finish. It is mildly good against women. Against male competitors, it does not do very well. Something has gone horribly wrong if I win by the Octopus Hold. I could definitely see myself just getting fucking blasted off the field by Swaggy. Just absolutely just 10, 10, 10 and just fucking destroyed. We'll see. And we have a melancholic. I do like how he said, Dom, this is Director of Media Possum Gang. recently relieved of his ability to post in the discussion group by himself. He's got these crying
Director of
tears.
music, not director of media.
Well, you're the director of content. I think I thought media.
I mean, this isn't music right here, you know. So
Now, I was about to say he also does drawn art. Dave, media is also the crayon drawings. Listen, we know you're the head honcho of content. We get it, but you know, dude does music and he does art. Like, give him a little bit of a piece of the pie.
you know.
You're still higher. Yeah. Yeah, it turns out censorship is bad in Possum's view, so you'll only see
Possums
him on
don't
Big Picture
like
Premium.
censorship.
Yeah. This is a little bit of a comparison. Possum thinks of censorship worse than Booker thinks of censorship, for those in the in the community knowledge. So that went really well. Also, hi, Cannoli. Nice to hear from you. Bonji Oranjo to my fellow Italians. Don't worry. My calling people by their derogatory names is gone from yesterday, where I said the only thing worse than the mix is the Italians. I say that as quarter Irish, by the way. But I'm half Danish. Oh, hey, pop back there. Yeah, so that's why I'm running on Candice LeRae. I mean, Candice LeRae is such a matchup, and it's like the memes dealer thing. So he's running Hyde, right? Which I didn't build a deck list for Hyde. We've gone over Hyde so many fucking times on this show, because I did it with me, I did it for Bob, like we did. And I think, like he mentioned kendo stick. He does set up the kendo stick, or going over the kendo stick. I know that he'll probably run some variation of moonsault. I'm happy that I have 3 live on him. That's going to be interesting. I'm just running hella.
I think one of the big differences is he likes the 23 potion that you don't run as well.
Yeah, I don't give a shit about lowering the crowd meter. But the 26 is already lowering it. That's why, or for stop. So I'm like, who cares? I don't need to run every potion in the world. Although he did release and does have a brand new potion on 10 that I don't have. Or actually, no, it's
the new one's
not
on
the
9.
10.
It's nice
the
too.
new, yeah, the 9. The 9 is the draw one add a follow up. So maybe I can stop him there, because I'm not super worried about a sub finish. We each have 3 live. It's going to be annoying. I'm just hoping to luck sack through. I'm running hella gimmick blankers. I'm running double stops. I'm running gimmick blankers on 10 and 12, and have 1 on 24. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Yeah, putting all of your shots back in your deck is pretty nice.
Pretty decent. I still got to ask Bob what the fuck we're doing Underworld-wise, but I guess it's not his call anymore, right? Because he and I were the only ones to play our qualifier matches. He and I both won our diversity matches, and we just sat there doing nothing because nobody else played their matches. So I don't know, it's the reign of the nightshade out here, buddy. Everything fucking sucks. I miss having general managers.
Tell that Barry to get on it.
You know what's crazy? Carlos is here. And Grump been a model GM. He's already set up a defense. It's crazy. He's already set up a defense.
You just get rid of all the GMs, and then Grump just keeps moving up the list.
Like yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like God bless, right?
We got 5 GMs now.
Yeah, and it's like, listen, if you take out all the good GMs and replace them with either Steve Resk or Tomatoes, etc., like Grump just looks that much better. And for those of you with captains in the faction chat, Grump looked like $1 million in the faction captain chat this week. I can't go into specifics, but ask your captains. Like, ask if they were proud of Grump this week. Like, look like an absolute hero. And I'm not bullshitting either. like
Drew
I
gassed him up.
like I like
Drew's
and I
trying
will
to get on that next to Grumpy Groupies arc.
I don't want to be. And it's like I've been the loudest about having my issues with Danny in the past. And he and I have talked about it. And it's like, but also like we align on quite a bit, just from discussions in Spider Chat. And then like I yeah, like he's been attentive as a GM. Like he's asked me, it's like, hey, did you get the belt? Yeah, I got the belt. All right, I'm gonna set up your next defense. All right, sounds good. He's already set up. Got to, and that's yeah, as Dave said, like credit where credit's due, man. Like straight up, like he's doing a good job, man. Yeah, better than a lot of nightshades I know. Also, I love calling the Tomato Jr. a nightshade because plenty of fucking people don't know what a nightshade is. Yes, that's what a tomato is. It's a type of plant. I'm a Tom Brady fan, so I know what a nightshade is because he was big on this deal of nightshades are bad for you. Barry, yeah.
Nightshades are bad for the LFF.
Nightshades are bad for the LFF. That's a good thing. I need to get some Tom Brady memes about how bad nightshades are for the LFF. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait. Maybe there you go. Listen, again, I can't say nothing about his actual diet and everything. Man's the greatest quarterback of all time, Ron. Like, I'm a fan of the water. Yeah, listen. Russell Wilson, Tom Brady. They told me they cured concussions through water. Like, I'm on it. Let's go. Listen, if I watch it, listen. I drink so much water, and I still occasionally watch Talk of the Universe. Like it's got it. Like the concussion water helps. Like because I pound my fucking head against
too, right, Drew? That's
true. Yep. This pale face, as pale faces have, like you got to be able to protect yourself from sunburn. The Totu, please start. Yeah, the he's like, please God, Drew's getting more unhinged as it goes. Yeah, watching Totu and needing to protect yourself. That's why I drink my TB12 concussion water, because when I need to pound my head off the fucking desk from watching Schmidt and Boss go in circles for an hour and a half, I need concussion water. Swing. Oh my God. So next Super Show event, I think, is Pixel Palace, right? To try and get away from this conversation. We're getting closer. That's right. Oh, there was some talk about Southern Pride and Gen Con this week, and it came up. It came up the fact, and Breimer's here, who I hope runs Southern Pride this year because he did an excellent job last year.
Did a great job last year.
Like legit talking about credit where credit's due, right? I find it absolutely hilarious how Dave, how Gen Con has transitioned. It's like away from the older players because it's more expensive, etc. For assorted reasons. And Steve and everyone is saying it's like, if you're looking for serious super show, go to Southern Pride. And just seeing like half a dozen people that had never been to Southern Pride talk about how they were planning on going to Southern Pride is insane from where it came from, right? Like, and I think that's because
from us fighting to actually have more events at Southern Pride.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's gone from it's gone from me getting myself in serious fucking trouble with some people who I'm absolutely on better terms now than maybe ever before. That fighting for more serious events because it's like there are a lot of people here that spend a lot of money that like to play serious Super Show. I famously ran my own CAC there. They then trumped me the next fucking year by running a free CAC. You got me. And again, we had to do the credit where credit's due, right? That insanely good gesture. We loved it. Like, it was awesome.
Yep.
Piglet nutted on Chuck. It was crazy. It was a great time.
Everybody.
In front of everybody. And yeah, Reimer, I also think that you would like be good in an LFFGM role. I don't know if anybody's going to release that power. You can ask our good friend Jason Falsone how that went for Super Lucha. No. All right. So Carlos brought it up again. So Chuck getting pink eye was because he got in a hot tub with one of our friends, and it was, and I guess he farted or some shit. But like, he ended up like a day or two later. Yeah, he ended up like a couple days later with pink eye, and just insane. And not my hot tub. It was like a hotel hot tub, so it could have just already been there. Just absolutely insane because he said he had pink eye, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And then he mentioned the hot tub. Yeah, a Tunica, Mississippi hot tub in a hotel. There's just Trey's making the correct face when you think about that. Can't do it. Can't do it. It's not like one of Carlos's fancy Atlantic City hot tubs, man. We can't be doing that in Tunica. Can't work.
Isn't it fat?
Look at that ass. That's also fair, Carlos. I'm just saying, like, as much as I know about Jersey, my parents are from there, and Atlantic City, Tunica, man. We are talking about a swamp in the suburbs of Memphis. Like, it's like, but great to hang out at if you're just there to just be in casinos, because you just have a great time. Yeah, Totu starting later, the beatdown ends. I think we'll probably have to end before that, because I think they don't start until 7:30 or so now. I can't even, or I guess 8:30 for you guys. Yeah, but
I don't think we got 27 minutes of bullshitting to go.
No, but yes, I'm trying to think. Can we pull up the Southern Fried post? Dave, I don't know if you can, the one by Bob. Because seeing the names that we're already thinking, and like a lot of Midwest folks are thinking about coming down. And
finally getting Ohio to come down here.
Yeah, finally get. Hey, listen, if we get Ohio to travel to Atlanta, we are killing it, and I think people in Atlanta will agree. Like Ohio has been a bastion of local Super Show play for a long time. As much as I give Ohio shit for that, like, they play locals like better, like, across the state than anybody. Yeah. So Bob Dunn posted, I'm trying to, and he's at trivia, so he's not watching, thank God. I'm trying to finalize my plans for the summer, especially Gen Con Southern Fried Weekend, and I have some questions, which, if he does this fucking turnaround again, my God. Will Southern Fried have official SRG support? Will Southern Fried have a private SRG playroom? Will Gen Con have official SRG support? Will Gen Con events be posted early enough to get play space in the main hall? Will both events have the same releases? The official website does not show either of these events officially supported this time. No shocker. We'll look at the fucking website. But I need to sort out hotels and badges. Jonathan Fu, probably going to be there for Southern Fried. We're all shocked. Dustin Garman, I wouldn't be shocked if he shows up too. Angela, making plenty of trips to the South recently because of her son. David Marowak. I called him Marowak because I'm like, I don't have the energy in me to spell his last name at a time. David Marowak. Never been to Southern Fried and like to go someday. Yeah, sure. Come on down, man. Colin Simon. Hell yeah. Sierra. Listen, love the Simons. Big fan. let's see. Adrian English. Yep. Well, yeah, of course he's coming to Southern Fried. Ron, no shot. It was like no shot he'd miss it. Allie trying to drag Cecilia down. Hell yeah. And Yaz, great to know about Southern Fried. And Steve Rest said stuff yes for all of them, as that's been the plan. So I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I also do. Let's see. Michael Kirk said I may have to not go to Southern Fried just so someone could cover Gen Con. We can get the results from Southern Fried to you. Yeah, someone can cover Gen Con. Ideally, you could get the results from Steven Resk, but or Pat Mulligan or the new player event. Who knows? Maybe famous Ohioan Just Doug will show up and play Just Doug at the new player event. Trey's violently ill at the thought.
I mean, again, a new player event, they don't know what they're doing. They're throwing their 27 offensively anyway, so
Yeah, go for it. Oh my god. Yeah, but I'm excited. It's I've had some fun Super Show this week.
I do think it's important though that they have a good Gen Con presence, but I think, like you said, we need to split it up into playing and not, because people like me wouldn't be in this game at all if they weren't there. So have the big booth, put the old school characters in everybody's face that loves wrestling, and maybe run a few demos and a thing, and that's it. And then anybody that wants to have a Super Show convention with a little pinball can go to Southern Fried.
Yeah, a lot of pinball. And Gen Con, I understand, is like incredibly important for getting new players and like getting the product out there, because that's what Gen Con's for.
I think by the end of the weekend they had sold out of everything last year. Like everything.
I don't doubt it, dog. Like, and that's the thing. Like, and I think that's what it should be for. But it's like but as you said, like people who are just there to play Super Show, and like you're a big RPG, like tabletop and everything. You go to also do that. Like if you're going to Gen Con for that,
I go to do that. Super Show is the also.
Yeah, it's on the side. Yeah, it's like if you're there to just enjoy all the things Gen Con has to offer, that is absolutely the right move. But if you're going there to just like play in the classic Gen Con event and try and get a world title shot or whatever, that's not the deal, man.
That should move to Southern Fried if anyone's listening.
It should, and the way that I've heard Steve and others talk about it, I don't know if it'll quite be treated as like a world title qualifier or whatever, but the overall vibe has been like telling people it's like, hey, like if you're going there for a serious Super Show competition, like you should go to Southern Pride, etc. And
well, that's why it should be the world qualifier. You don't want to sneak into Gen Con when all the serious players are at Southern Fried, because then even if you do win it, everyone's going to look at you like, come on now. So
what if I told you that has happened for the past 2 years?
Yeah, I'm sure.
But I've heard from someone that they were trying to sneak in a win at Gen Con while people were not there.
Don't straddle the bar. All the serious shit should be in the South. All the new stuff and exciting stuff should be in the North. And the same product at both. Don't do that either.
I agree with that.
Those are the most important things.
Yeah, because it's not like the South doesn't buy product.
Right.
Yeah.
Have the same release. You can take your truck and split them and go, and everybody wins.
Yeah.
You'll sell the most that way.
Send it all to Brimer. He'll handle it. Put all of it on Brimer. Let me know if you need help.
All right. I think our options are close the stream or play Possum's ass song for 20 minutes and then raid.
I can't do the ass. I can't, in good conscience, have the ass song on for 20 minutes.
All right. I'm signing off. You guys do your.
People are gonna watch the fucking VOD and be like, it's like, oh wow, an hour and a half of stat card, and then it's just fucking 20 minutes of the ass song and picture. Yeah, it's just the never-ending loop. The never-ending loop, man. No, he needs to start putting those on his Dirt Spotify page, just like as a separate EP. my face when someone tells me the prices at Gen Con. Legit, it's like someone tells me how expensive Gen Con is. I'm like, ah! That's my father in me. Like I once described it to someone that when I buy something without a coupon, or like when I'm stressed to buy something without like a coupon or like isn't on sale or something, like I just hear the fucking Jumanji drums start, and it's just like my Gil Madsen DNA just pounding. It's like, don't you fucking dare. And that's how I describe it. So y'all can imagine how I felt when I had to drop $8,000 on an HVAC system because we had insane weather this week. And
Pretty crazy.
yeah, but now it's just the it feels better in my house than it has in multiple years because it's actually like, oh, I can have the thermostat and actually be there, because most of the time when I get home it's like whatever temperature it is outside, and it was terrible. Oh my god. But yeah, I think I've killed enough time, and everyone can have a short break before they go out to the gas station and get some concussion water before watching Talk of the Universe. I wish everyone to have a great couple weeks till we come back. Good luck at Pixel for those who are going. Good luck at everything you may attempt to do. And I will see you all in about 2 weeks.
And if you want to come on and talk about your deck, pitch it to us. We'd love to have people talk about their plan. Like, this is a show for the community. We want to show the community, like I did today, talk about the process. Come on, share those thoughts and help everybody.
Like, if you want to talk about a booked match or hell, Faction Wars, who cares, right? You saw us do it. Faction Wars deck list or a booked match deck list, fuck it. Why not? Who cares? It changes week to week anyway. Just give it a shot. And it's like, this is what this shit got started for. It's like somebody didn't want to talk about show their deck list full of Lariat, set up the pineapple, and fucking steel cage stops. And it's like, oh, okay, I guess we'll have to do our own thing.
Real inventive.
Real inventive.
Running all your steel cage stops is showing your whole deck, and then no, I know it can see my deck list.
Hey, let's calm down on the steel cage stops. Y'all just saw my Candice LeRae. All right, everyone. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Play us out. Or just show the face. What an ass.